So yes, of course, we should ban kitty and libel and personal threats and calls for insurrection. That's a no-brainer because they're already illegal. Just as it would be illegal in an actual town square to whip out
Maher adjusts his glasses, sighing as the laughter fades. His tone shifts, serious, grounded. You know what's crazy? The people who yell about truth the most are the ones most afraid of it. They say, facts matter, until the facts hurt their feelings. He pauses. You can't cherry-pick reality. You can't build your worldview like a playlist, skipping over the parts you don't like. The audience murmurs, soft. Knowing laughs ripple through. Maher continues, we're living in a time where feelings have become sacred, where emotion is treated like evidence. But the truth doesn't care if it offends you. It doesn't care if it scares you. It doesn't care if it ruins your hashtag. It just exists. He lets that sit, eyes sweeping across the studio. We used to be proud of thinking for ourselves, he says. Now we wait to be told what to think. We used to question authority. Now we follow influencers. The crowd laughs, loud, sharp, guilty laughter. Maher smirks. And God forbid you question the new religion of wokeness. They'll come after you with torches made of tweets. They don't want debate, they want obedience. You're either pure or you're evil. There's no middle ground, no nuance, no learning curve. Just judgment. He looks right into the camera. This is truth policing. Not in theory, in practice. And it's killing comedy. It's killing art, it's killing conversation. We're so busy filtering every word through a moral microscope that we've forgotten how to be human. The audience claps. Maher nods slightly, but his face stays serious. Look, I'm not saying words don't matter. They do. But if your entire worldview collapses because someone said something you don't like, maybe the problem isn't the words. A low cheer breaks out, scattered but strong. Maher's tone softens. We've replaced courage with caution. People walk on eggshells because they don't know what will get them canceled next. Imagine being afraid to tell the truth because it might.
completely believe any of it. Not right away, not until I check it out. And when I ask, is it true? Usually the answer turns out to be, well, sort of. Or yes, but, yeah. See, we've all become very adept at saying things that are technically true but lack context, or that leave out half the story. So if we're gonna ban untruth, does that include the half-truth, the quarter-truth? And wait, don't the wokest people in the world believe that what really matters is your truth?
Might sound impolite. That's not progress, that's regression. He looks over at one of his guests, a professor. You teach students to think critically, right? How do you do that if they're afraid to be wrong? The professor hesitates, smiles awkwardly. It's complicated. Maher laughs. It's not complicated. It's cowardice. The job of a teacher is to open minds, not to protect them from discomfort. The world doesn't owe you safety, it owes you truth. The audience bursts into applause again. Some stand. Maher doesn't smile, not yet. He takes a sip of water, sets it down slowly. You know what scares me most? That we're teaching an entire generation that words are violence, that speech is harm, and that silence is virtue. That's not how democracies survive. That's how they crumble. His tone deepens. The room goes silent. The truth has to be loud, annoying, sometimes offensive, because lies are always polite. Lies tell you exactly what you want to hear. Truth tells you what you need to hear. He looks into the camera again. That trademark Maher stare. And right now, America needs to hear this. Freedom of speech isn't about protecting your comfort. It's about protecting our sanity. The audience explodes, standing applause, some shouting yes. Maher lets it roll for a moment, then raises a hand. The room quiets again. The woke left talks about tolerance. Great word. But real tolerance means putting up with ideas you hate, not silencing them. You can't call yourself tolerant if you only tolerate agreement. He paces slowly. You know what truth policing does? It divides us. It turns every conversation into a landmine. You start thinking, can I say this? Instead of, is this true? And once truth becomes dangerous, everything else falls apart. Politics, media, art, even love. Because love without honesty is just performance. The studio goes quiet again. He looks at the audience, soft but firm. I've been doing this a long time, he says. And
Of course, we should ban kitty libel and personal threats and calls for insurrection. That's a no-brainer because they're already illegal. Just as it would be illegal in an actual town square to whip out your
And I've seen the country swing from one extreme to another. But I'll tell you something, every time we silence people, we make the next explosion worse. You can't bottle truth forever. It always finds a way out. A long pause. Maher's voice lowers. So maybe it's time we stop punishing honesty. Maybe it's time we remember that truth isn't the enemy, lies are. And the only way to fight lies is to stop being afraid of the truth. The crowd rises again, the applause deafening this time. Cameras zoom in as Maher stands still, expression thoughtful, almost solemn. The truth doesn't need protection, he finishes quietly. It needs a spine. The audience roars. The band cues up, the camera pans out, and Maher's final smirk hits like a mic drop.